The process of depressurizing the Poisk airlock following their pre-breathe of pure oxygen to cleanse the nitrogen out of their bloodstreams, preventing any condition known as decompression sickness or the bends from occurring when they step out into the vacuum of space. The Russian spacewalk today is scheduled to begin at about 9:25 a.m. Central Time, 10:25 a.m. Eastern Time. A Russian spacewalk is measured by the time that the airlock hatch is opened until the time the airlock hatch is closed. Today's spacewalk, that is expected to last up to 7 hours in duration, is primarily designed to install and connect a device called the European Robotic Arm Spacewalk Control Panel near the base point to which the European Robotic Arm is mounted on the Nauka Multipurpose Laboratory Module. This control panel that opens up basically like a suitcase will be the point at which commands can be sent to not only activate the arm, but to move it off of its dual grapple points on the surface of the Nauka Multipurpose Laboratory Module, so that it can extend to its full reach of about 37 feet in length, and for its future use to maneuver around the Russian segment of the station. This European robotic arm will be used in augmenting the capabilities of the Canadarm2 robotic arm and the Japanese robotic arm that are on the U.S. segment of the International Space Station, but which cannot reach far enough to support activities on the Russian side. So the European robotic arm, which has been years in the making and testing, launched last July attached to the Nauka Multipurpose Laboratory Module, and today will begin to be activated by Artemyev and Matveyev as they begin their work outside the Russian segment of the station. They will also be involved in the removal of protective covers from payload interfaces and base points to which the two sides or the two grapple fixtures of the European robotic arm are affixed at the moment. They'll be installing a trio of handrails and removing a thermal cover from the elbow of the European robotic arm, as well as installing a portable workstation adapter on a payload interface that will be used in the future for spacewalkers to mount their feet and to mount payloads and other equipment during the conduct of future spacewalks. Today's spacewalk, once it gets underway, will be the 249th in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades, the fourth spacewalk of 2022, the first for Expedition 67. This will be the fourth spacewalk in Oleg Artemyev's career, 3 previous spacewalks, garnering him 20 hours and 20 minutes of spacewalking time. He will be clad in the Orlan spacesuit bearing the red stripes as EV-1, or extravehicular crew member number 1. He will also have a helmet camera that will provide us up close and personal views of his work outside during the course of today's excursion. That will be helmet camera number 16. This will be the first spacewalk for Denis Matveyev, who arrived on the International Space Station several weeks ago, along with Artemyev and Sergei Korsakov, who helped the two cosmonauts suit up a couple of hours ago. Matveyev will be wearing the Orlan suit bearing the blue stripes. His helmet camera number will be 20. As mentioned, today's spacewalk and the next several outside of the Russian segment of the station by spacewalking crew members are all about the European robotic arm. Spacewalk engineer Mitch Harger has narrated an animation of today's work that will amplify on the tasks that we ran down for you just a few moments ago. Let's take a look at that right now.
Russian Spacewalk 52 will be conducted by Oleg Artemyev, EV-1 in the red stripes, and Denis Matveyev, EV-2 in the blue stripes. To start the spacewalk, crew will egress Poisk with the crew lock bag and the EMMI, also known as the European Robotic Arm EVA Control Panel, or ERA EVA Control Panel. After turning on their cameras and lights, both crew will start translating down the Strela booms from Poisk to the Nauka module, where they'll begin their worksite setup. EV2 will install a pallet adapter on handrail 4401, and crew will work together to structurally secure the EMMI. Oleg and Denis will then mate the CBT cable and power on the EMMI for checkout. While Oleg works the EMMI checkout, Denis will translate to the base point worksite where he'll remove a total of 4 protective covers and take imagery of the interfaces. After closing up the EMMI covers, Oleg will translate to the ERA arm where he'll begin folding back the MLI blanket to install one of several ERA arm handrails. Denis will translate over to the ERA arm where he'll assist with the handrail installs. Crew will finish installing the last handrail near the ERA arm elbow on limb number 2. Oleg will then take photos of the solar reflectors near the elbow. Oleg and Denis will translate back to Poisk and stow the covers as well as the crew lock bag back inside the airlock. Using the same translation path they did earlier, we'll head back down to one of the Nauka's passive payload interfaces. While working together, they'll install the adapter and remove the manual drive. EV1 and EV2 will translate back to the airlock, stow the manual drive. Afterwards, they'll perform an inventory, and then they'll ingress and close the hatch, finishing out Russian Spacewalk 52.
Fifteen minutes.
An overview of today's spacewalk activities upcoming for Oleg Artemyev and Denis Matveyev as they are in the Poisk airlock, ready to depressurize the airlock down to vacuum, conduct systems and communications checks with the Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov before they get the go-ahead to open the hatch. That will mark the official start of today's spacewalk. While this activity is ongoing, a busy week is kicking off aboard the International Outpost. The Axiom 1 quartet that has been aboard the station for more than a week, they are preparing for their scheduled undocking from the International Space Station on Tuesday morning, weather permitting, and later in the week, the arrival of the Crew 4 astronauts who are scheduled to launch on Saturday on a Crew Dragon vehicle from the Kennedy Space Center. The Crew 4 astronauts that you see in this picture from left to right, Bob Hines, Samantha Cristoforetti of the European Space Agency, Jessica Watkins, and Crew 4 Commander Kjell Lindgren are flying down to the Kennedy Space Center today. Their arrival at the Kennedy Space Center to begin their final pre-launch preparations will be broadcast on NASA TV's media channel only, starting at about 11:30 a.m. Central Time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, while we continue our EVA coverage on the public channel. The departure of the Axiom 1 crew is dependent on the weather at the splashdown opportunities that are available. Their current undocking time is 9:35 a.m. Central Time on Tuesday morning. However, the weather may be iffy. There is a weather briefing scheduled for later today by SpaceX and the various other organizations involved in overseeing the departure of Axiom and their crew members, and the crew Dragon Endeavour that they are flying on. That weather briefing will determine whether or not they actually have an opportunity to depart tomorrow or move on to a later undocking opportunity. We shall see. Meanwhile, again, as mentioned, the spacewalk today being conducted by Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov on the outskirts of Moscow. You see a live view from a balcony camera. Those flight controllers will be overseeing all of the activities of Artemyev and Matveyev outside of the Russian segment as they work in the vicinity of the European robotic arm on the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module. Again, today's activities primarily involving the installation and connection of a control panel box near the base point to which the European robotic arm is anchored. Here in Mission Control in Houston, the Orbit 2 team of flight controllers is on console at this hour. They took a handover about an hour or so ago. They're led by Flight Director Greg Whitney at the bottom of your screen. To his right, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency astronaut Koichi Wakata, a member of the Crew 5 crew that is scheduled to launch this September on the same vehicle, Endeavour, that the Axiom 1 crew is departing and coming home on later this week. The European robotic arm that is the focus of attention of today's activities and for the next several spacewalks to be conducted out of the Russian segment of the International Space Station is 37 feet long. It is a very sophisticated and complex piece of hardware with two end effectors, very much like Canadarm2, the primary robotic instrument on the U.S. segment of the International Space Station. It is also equipped with 4 infrared cameras, the elbow joint and the central control computer located right next to each other, and of course wrist and roll joints, very, very much like the Canadian-built robotic arm that has serviced the International Space Station now for more than 2 decades. Because the Canadarm2 and the Japanese robotic arm cannot reach all the way to the Russian segment of the International Space Station, this robotic arm will greatly augment the capability to move payloads and spacewalkers around in the conduct of experimental and other maintenance activities outside of the Russian segment of the International Space Station.
Mode operational message. Okay, we got the standby, no operational as you advise. And please press continue and move to step 4. Copy.
The next in the series of spacewalks for cosmonauts Artemyev and Matveyev is scheduled for Thursday, April 28th. During that spacewalk, assuming everything goes as planned today, they will be removing and jettisoning a series of thermal blankets covering the European robotic arm. They will be releasing a series of launch locks on the grappling mechanisms, or the two ends of the European robotic arm where the grapple fixtures are located. They will be also verifying the operation of the roll joints. They'll be deblocking, as they call it, basically enabling the torque and force sensor rigidization mechanism on the robotic arm, and it will actually take its first movement away from its base point, the arm will, to move a few inches away just to verify that it actually is receiving the commands through the control panel that will be installed by Artemyev and Matveyev during today's spacewalk. That second in the series of these European robotic arm outfitting spacewalks is scheduled on Thursday, April 28th, and again we'll be providing live coverage of that here on NASA television, again beginning at 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time on NASA television.
Please set it to 1 for your heat settings. Well, it was pretty chilly here, so I set it to 1. Okay, it's set to 1 now.
У тебя комфортно, да? Тебя устраивает вполне.
So, and Dennis, for you, the heat setting and the settings for your hot and cold for the suit are comfortable. Yeah, I'm just adjusting them as I go, as needed.
Олег, по счетчикам что у нас по шлюзованию?
Oleg,
Окончание диспарации.
5 минут 20.
what do you see on the counter? 5 minutes, 27 seconds for EV1 and the same for EV2. All right, then please prepare cue card number 6.
Проверяем. Так,
All right, that's going to be for depress to 12 millimeters. Okay, so
отключен.
our pneumatic valve is off. Primary regulator,
Регулятор основной. Смотрим, Денис, да?
Сейчас смотрим.
primary regulator, what's its status for you, Dennis? Checking. I have the flag on the right.
Да, у меня вправо.
I have it on the right.
Так, баллон основной.
O2 primary tank.
У меня вправо.
I have the flag on the right as well. And for me too.
Право. Так, насос основной. Ну, у нас резервный.
У нас резерв.
Primary pump. Okay, for us it's going to be the backup pump.
Принято.
Yes, it's kind of getting chilly.
Так, мы дали тут сброс давления, дождем.
All right, and we are standing by for
Сброс отсека, У2 open стоит открыт, правильно я понимаю?
the depress. Do you have
Да, стоит.
Ага.
O2 open?
Хорошо. Ну и
Set,
когда
yes.
счетчик до нулей дойдет, скажете...
Now stand by till the counter gets all to zeros, and then you'll proceed with a step 9.2 MRM2 depress.
Принято.
Copy. Station Moscow on space to ground 1 for Sergey. Okay, for the pre-breathe, we still have 2 minutes. Okay, we copy. 2 minutes left on the pre-breathe. Station Moscow on space to ground 1 for Sergey. Go ahead. Sergey, we got CSS, and you can start with procedure 2.5. So, please check what are your settings for hot and cold. And Sergey, you can proceed with the error activation activities. It's going to be 2.5. That's good.
This is Mission Control Houston. We're continuing to listen to the conversations on orbit between Oleg Artemyev and Denis Matveyev in the airlock of the Poisk module on the space-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station as they talk to Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow. The 2 crew members are suited up in their Russian Orlan spacesuits, ready to begin a spacewalk a short time from now, in which they'll venture outside of Poisk, move down to the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module, and begin work on the outfitting and activation of the European robotic arm that is affixed to the outside of the MLM, as it is called, the multipurpose laboratory module.
Selector set to injector menu. Please verify.
The Poisk airlock is in the process of being depressurized. Once that occurs, the 2 cosmonauts will conduct checks of their communication systems. They'll conduct a final leak check on their suits and other systems checks with the Russian flight controllers before opening the hatch to Poisk that will mark the official start of the 249th spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades.
I need to be a little bit closer.
Oleg,
if you're ready, you can start with step 9.2. Are you ready? MRM2 depress. O2 flow selected to injector position. It's in the injector position. I have it in the injector position as well. Copy. LED is illuminated. And now we're opening KSD SO valve, and we are dropping to pressure of 350 down to 300 millimeters. Copy. KSD SO valve is open. So please monitor the suit pressure and then MV pressure. Okay, for EV1, 02 pressure, and for the module 510. Suit pressure is 03 and 02, and 480 is the pressure in the module in MRM2. Please monitor if the pressure is within the range, and if it is in the range, then we will open as the SO. All right, pressure is 420. and for 0.38 for EV1 and 0.39 for EV2 suit pressures. 400 is for the module depress, 380 and 0.39 is for the suit. All right. And for space to ground 1, all the settings are correct. Okay, please switch to 2.6 for the aero operations. And then please close the window. Copy. 320 is the pressure. 0.38 is the EV1 pressure. 0.39 is EV2 pressure. And Oleg, you can open the KSD2. KSD the pressure is 380. And 0.38 is for the suit pressure. Copy. 0.38 is for the suit pressure. Okay, that's good. So please stand by for the 20 millimeter points. When the pressure in MRM2 reaches 20 millimeters points, you will have to close, guys, the 2. 0.38 is the pressure in the suit. Copy. 0.38. So please, what do you see on the counter for the injector? 3 minutes. Copy. All right. MRM2 pressure is 200. 0.38 is for EV.
2 cosmonauts are reporting on pressure readings inside the Poisk module Airlock, which is being depressurized down to vacuum in a multi-step fashion. Artemyev is wearing the Orlan suit with the red stripes as EV1, or extravehicular crew member number 1, about to begin the 4th spacewalk of his career. Matveyev, a first-time space flyer, embarking on the first spacewalk of several that he will be conducting with Artemyev in the conduct of the outfitting and activation of the European robotic arm. Matveyev will wear the Orlan suit with the blue stripes as EV2, or extravehicular crew member number 2.
To the left. Shift to the left. Okay. So, what does the timer say? 127 seconds. 038, the pressure is in the spacesuit. Copy. All right, so when the timer starts the direct countdown, so please switch off both switches. So the module pressure is 100 and 038 is in the spacesuit, so the direct countdown has started. Copy. And the LEDs are not illuminated. No. So the module pressure is 90 and spacesuit 037. Okay, so you will have to shift the switches to the spacesuit unintelligible, but before that you will receive the message. Copy. Okay, so on the PSS panel, the O2 open EVA message. Did you acknowledge the message?
The view of the Poisk module, in which Artemyev and Matveyev are suited up in the process of depressurizing the airlock that will lead to the opening of the hatch that will mark the official start of today's spacewalk.
What valve?
The first for Expedition 67, the 4th out of the International Space Station this year.
Come again. Injector is deactivated? Yes, I confirm. It is deactivated. 60 is the module pressure. Copy. 037 is in millimeters in the spacesuit. Copy. Copy. Sounds good.
В отсеке 50.
50 is in the module. Copy.
Ждем доклада, что где пришло сообщение по переводу ручки на 20 миллиметрах от где-то ВКД.
And Oleg, stand by for the message. This module pressure is 4545. So stand by for the message that it is in the O2 open EVA position. And I have not received this message yet.
Так, есть БСС О2 от ВКД.
I have the message. BSS O2 open EVA. 35 millimeters. 37 millimeters. Copy.
Ждем с тобой 20 миллиметров по номероконтру и 20 будем БСС ставить в 2 открытого ВКД.
Okay, so once there is 20 millimeters, then you will switch the BSS O2 open EVA. Copy.
Так, извините, я тебе скажу, ты тогда это самое, от ВКД при 20. Я уже рано.
So when we reach 20 millimeters, then we will put the switch in that position. Copy.
Так, давление в отсеке 27.
The module pressure is 27 millimeters. 036 millimeters is in the spacesuit. 036 for EV2. EV2 operator. Copy.
25 прошли.
25. The mark was passed. Copy.
Так, есть 20 миллиметров.
20 millimeters, so put it in the O2 VA position.
И на 12 миллиметров закрываем КСД.
And at 12 millimeters, we will close the KSD depress valve. Copy. Yes, so first that valve KSD, and then the another valve KSD SO also should be closed at 12 millimeters. Copy. So far we have 18 millimeters. Unintelligible. Okay, this is Sergey. I'm performing the loading of the database. What is the pressure on MV? It is 13 millimeters now. Copy. Now we have reached 12. I am closing KSD2 valve. It is closed. And now KSDS-OR interface is also closed. 037.37 millimeters is the spacesuit pressure. Copy. Now you will have to perform MRM2 final leak check. Copy. So the next cue card will be 7. Number 7 is Orlan transition to autonomous power. So you put it on 6, and when the cooling down starts, you perform the cue card number 7. So you will disconnect the umbilical, and you monitor that the pressure in the tanks is nominal, and then you will stand by for 5 minutes. It is 10. Okay, 10. Copy. How much time has passed already? 4 minutes. Sounds good. Copy.
по контролю смотрите, посмотрите, под правильным углом, аккуратненько, чтобы там, на элементе зеркальном точки не двоилось, там следи, чтобы...
Denise, when in 1 minute you will again look at the MV, please do it carefully, okay? Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston, the depressurization of the Poisk airlock. You're looking at the Poisk module on the space-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. That depressurization is complete. We're standing by for a variety of different systems checks for Oleg Artemyev and Denis Matveyev before they are declared ready to roll with the opening of their hatch to the airlock that will mark the official start of today's spacewalk. This will be the fourth spacewalk for Oleg Artemyev, the first for Denis Matveyev, who launched together along with their intravehicular crew member, Sergei Korsakov, on a Russian Soyuz vehicle, the MS-21. That launch occurring some 3 weeks ago.
Valve, the thermal conditioning valve to 6th position, yes. And please stand by for my go to continue, okay, standing by. And it's the cooler dryer is in position 6. Now it's a go to perform Q card 7 or land transition to autonomous power. Okay, so we're deactivating the pump, the fan. And activate the backup pump and backup fan. Copy. In work. And the transmitter unintelligible. So the power switch should be in autonomous position. So now the EV1 is on autonomous power and the time 14:44 to be more exact. EV2 also transitioned at the same time. Copy.
And Oleg Artemyev confirming that both he and Matveyev have switched their Orlan spacesuits to battery power. For a U.S.-based spacewalk, that would mark the official start of a spacewalk, but for the Russians, it is marked from hatch open to hatch close.
Mode is being deactivated right now. Yes, the LED is not illuminated now. And so the electrical umbilical is demated from Orlan. Yes, and please cover Orlan electrical connector with MLI. So we will cover it and we will stow it now. EV1 demated the electrical umbilical. Copy. And what about electrical connector? It should be covered with a...
And the two cosmonauts reporting good leak checks on their suits, so we are on the verge of them being given the green light to open the hatch.
Did you demate
that will mark the official start of today's spacewalk. There are a number of spacewalks that lie ahead over the next several months to activate and operate the European robotic arm in its infantile state of operation at the International Space Station. This will include the next spacewalk, in which a number of launch locks will be released, and the arm itself will take some baby steps away from its respective grapple fixtures on both ends of the 37-foot-long arm. The arm will be used to transfer a radiator that is mounted on the multipurpose laboratory module to its fixture point, its final point of operation, to unfurl and be used for heat dissipation, and then also to move an airlock around from its stowed position on the Naoka module to its deployed position. That is where most of the Russian spacewalks will be mounted in the years ahead. Naoka having replaced the Pirs docking compartment when it was launched last July, and then added to it the Prishal node module, to which a Soyuz is currently docked. That is a multi-port docking node for a number of Russian vehicles that will be arriving at the International Space Station in the months and years ahead.
Copy. And what about fluid umbilical? It should be placed in its place location, correct?
So please plug the fluid umbilical with caps and copy of a storage cap, and cover a land fluid umbilical controller with MLI flap in work. So fluid umbilical is covered with a storage cap for EV1. Copy. Now please cover a land fluid umbilical connector with MLI flap. Okay. EV1 has kept the fluid umbilical. Copy, Dennis. Now, please cover a land fluid umbilical connector with flap. Yes, it is closed with MLI flap. Oleg, what about your connector? It is closed. Okay, so BSS MRM2 should be in position EV closed, O2 closed. Copy. For EV1 and for EV2.
Two cosmonauts conducting leak checks as the International Space Station flies 261 statute miles over Canada to the southeast of Ontario, moving from southwest and northeast on this orbit of the Earth that is inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator.
So on the display, on the upper line, so what is the O2 pressure? 410 for EV2 and 408 for EV1. Copy. Sounds good. Now,
this view of the Poisk module, alongside of it is the Strela boom. Strela, the Russian word for arrow. This is a 50-foot-long telescoping boom that the cosmonauts and other spacewalkers in the past have used to basically maneuver to various work sites along the Russian segment of the International Space Station.
MV pressure reading, please, before we part. MRM2 pressure is 10 millimeters. Well, maybe 11, about 11 millimeters. Copy, Oleg, thank you.
In this orientation, in this view, the cosmonauts, once they emerge from the Poisk airlock, they'll move from the bottom of the Strela boom to the top of your screen, where they will begin to set up their tools, their tethers, and other equipment that they'll be using during the course of today's spacewalk.
So, Denise, now you will have to rotate a little bit. Oh, Oleg, Dennis, this is Sergey. I am greeting you. Hello, Sergey. We are happy to hear your voice. I hope everything is nominal
And you're in good mood. Yes, that's the most important thing, to be ready for work. Okay, so we are standing by for your commands and goes. Now, please check that all the hardware is secured and the tools are secured as well. We are checking that everything is secured.
Так, Денис, посмотрел, да?
Да, crew look back на...
Crew look back is secured by 2 points, and the long hook is secured to the handrail, and the short one also is secured. Copy.
Так. Сейчас, и я тоже сейчас посмотрю.
Okay, let me check as well. This is EV1.
Залетел, да. Сейчас мы его расправим.
Okay, I will strengthen this out.
Денис, Олег, у нас сейчас прогнозируется прерывание связи минут на 5-7.
Олег, we will have a 5-minute LOS
Устойчивой связи.
soon.
Немного подождем,
So
как мы пройдем эту зону, и
let us wait until the comm is reliable, and then I will give you go to proceed. And in the meantime, please prepare the hatch tool, to work with it and check all the tethers and all the hardware. All right, sounds good. So please stand by. After the LOS, we will give you a go. Copy.
Так, ну что? Так, люк здесь.
Now let's see.
Денис, пока связь есть.
Check the hatch. So, Dennis, while we have comm, let's continue. So look at the 4 emergency boats and check them. Emergency valves. So 2 are open, and I actually checked them before the depress.
4 винта у нас открыты, правильно?
So all 4 are open, correct? Yes, that's correct.
Да.
Принято.
Copy.
Контролируем ручки на осях поворота крышки в положении закрытом.
So the handles on
Ручки смотрят друг на друга.
the covers should be in the position closed, and they should be directed towards each other. They are covered with MLI, actually. They should be, they are the same plane, and they are directed to each other. Yes, I'm checking.
Ручки смотрят, все хорошо, правильно?
So everything is nominal with the handles. Do you confirm? Yes, they are directed toward each other, and there are arrows that are pointing in that direction. Copy. Now let's continue. So we will, the com might break any time, but let's continue in the meantime. So should we start opening? All right. So the adjustable tether. Yes, yes, I have the tether. It is behind you. I think maybe you should disconnect it for me. All right, will do. Here you go. And in such a manner, so don't hurry up. Okay, now let us start the opening of the EV hatch. So use the hatch tool, and please make sure that all the rollers are moving in the right direction along the guidelines. Okay, Denise, how are you doing? So this cover should have been. Yes, that's correct. Stand by, Dennis. Stand by. Let me secure it here.
With the depressurization of the Poisk airlock and other systems checks out of the way, Artemyev and Matveyev about to open up the hatch to the Poisk module to mark the start of today's spacewalk.
I'm not doing anything. Copy.
So go ahead and hand over the hook to me. There it goes.
Денис, как там ситуация по поводу люка? Удалось?
Oleg, Denise, how is it going with the hatch? Have you been able to open it? It's in the process of being opened. And we're coming up on a loss of signal. So that's why I'm dropping out. So the rollers are out, and I'm ready to now start using the hatch tool, the pusher. Okay, so make sure that you pull the handle towards yourself to hard stop and hold it there until the pressure drops. All right, it's in work. Is it going down? Yes. Okay, that's great. You see the vacuum cleaner is working. And we're getting close to zero. Go ahead and start opening the hatch. Did the pressure drop? Yes. The hatch is open. EV hatch is open. And now remove the hooks from the tethers and secure it on the ring. Yes, it is already done. Go ahead and take the ring. Stand by. Okay, I'm holding the ring.
And with that call, The 249th spacewalk in support of station assembly maintenance and upgrades officially underway at 10:01 a.m. Central Time, 11:01 a.m. Eastern Time. Artemyev and Medvedev now in the midst of the first spacewalk of several that they will conduct in support of the European robotic arms activation and operation. The start time, 10:01 a.m. Central, 11:01 a.m. Eastern Time.
About to start installing the protective ring. Yes, go ahead and install the protective ring. Please retrieve the protective ring from its storage location. Yes, we have done that already. You see, there they are. Yes, I can see it now. So take a look. It should be mark should be on the other side. Can you see it? Yes. So let's give it a try. Okay. Okay. Let me pull it some. All right. So the protective ring is now installed and secured.
And the first task having been completed quickly, Artemyev and Medvedev installing a protective ring around the hatch to the Poisk airlock. This designed to ensure that no impacts from any micrometeoroid debris particles impinge on the integrity of the airlock seal.
I can see the launch.
Medvedev will be the first to leave the Poisk airlock. Again, he'll be wearing the suit with the blue stripes, helmet camera number 20. Artemyev will follow, wearing the suit with the red stripes, helmet camera number 16.
Let me check where, in what direction we should translate. Okay, so I have installed the short one on the outside. And let me get the long one.
Олег, Денис, как вы?
Oleg, Denis.
Ситуация с кольцом?
Protective ring has been installed and secured, and Dennis is halfway outside already. Oleg, Denis, how copy? Yes, we copy you loud and clear. We noticed that something came out of the hatch. Did you see what it was? It was a piece of Velcro and a piece of rubber from... Well, it wasn't holding anything. It was just sitting there somewhere. Go ahead and turn on the sublimator. Yes, it is indeed getting hot. Oleg, did you install the ring? Yes, just to repeat, the ring has been installed and Denis is halfway outside. We're standing by for the sublimator activation. Did you copy? Oleg, yes, go ahead. Oleg, how is the temperature in your suit? Well, it's quite warm. I guess we need to turn on the sublimator. Yes, go ahead and turn it on first. Okay? The sublimator is on. And put it on 3 to begin with. Okay, it is set on 3. Okay, so let's just wait now, and please report when you feel that it has begun cooling down. Yes, we'll do. Денис, yes, go ahead.
Ты уже на выходном устройстве, да?
Денис, I'm half way out of the EV hatch, and I'm standing by for your go to turn on the sublimator. Yes, your go, and you can also set it to 3.
Тебя всегда хорошо слышно.
Okay, you said 3. Sublimators are on. And now we will start translating towards the operator post. Copy.
Flying over western Algeria from northwest to southeast. A view of Denis Medvedev outside of the Poisk module, beginning the first spacewalk of his career, less than a month after arriving at the International Space Station, along with Oleg Artemyev, who will be joining him outside momentarily, and Sergei Korsakov, who is inside, who helped the two cosmonauts suit up today.
Very reliably, and it is locked with 2 locks. So it's all well and good. Excellent.
Хорошо.
Artemyev will be passing a crew lock bag to Medvedev, in which is the European robotic arm spacewalk control panel device that the two crew members will spend a considerable amount of time today installing and checking out in the first step on the road to activating and beginning the maneuvering of the European robotic arm, its first motion expected during the next spacewalk by these two cosmonauts on April 28th.
Hand you the, I guess, the control unit. Denis, you need to move closer to the operator post because Oleg will start translating there as well. Okay, sounds good. Denis, you need to move in the opposite direction towards the operator post, towards the strobe boom. Just move up. Denis, let's pause for now and make sure that you have time to adapt. All right, I'm ready now. So now you are in the correct position. Stop. Give yourself some time to adapt. We are seeing you through the cameras. And make sure that you are translating slowly and move about slowly to save yourself some energy. Okay. And Oleg, you can start setting up Inaudible. It is already outside. I have already taken it out. Excellent. So give yourself some time to adapt to the environment, and we'll take it from there. Okay, sounds good. Oleg, Inaudible. Say again? What came out through the hatch just now? I wasn't looking there. I'm monitoring the control unit now, but nothing serious, I guess. Because we have everything we need and nothing for now has floated away. Денис, how are you? Great. Are you hot? Dennis, have you adapted to the environment?
Выводим Эми.
We are taking out the EMMI. And the control panel is now outside of the hatchway.
And Oleg Artemyev now outside of the Poisk airlock, having joined Matveyev, along with the crew lock bag in which are tools, other equipment to support today's spacewalk, and most importantly, the European robotic arm spacewalk control panel box.
And make sure that you take out the PRM adapter. All right, sounds good. Dennis, where are you? I'm here. All right. And your equipment tether is now secured. Yes, it is secured. Both are secured.
And you can see right behind the Strela boom, the rectangular box that Matveyev is holding. That is the enclosure for the control panel box for the European robotic arm that will be mounted and installed and hooked up to electrical cables and data cables on the outside of the multi-purpose laboratory module later in today's spacewalk.
It is all secured well. Copy? Excellent. Okay, so I will now start translating and moving the PRM adapter. Okay. Let's move it closer. And also, guys, make sure that you visually build the path, the translation path that you're going to use. Okay. Denise, you will be near the operator post until Oleg is finished taking everything out. Denise, please do not move away. Please wait for me. All right, I'm standing by now. And so Dennis, take this time to adapt to the environment while Oleg is working with the PRM adapter. So how does it feel? How do you feel? Can you share? Well, it's interesting.
Так, у меня высокая температура газа велика. Это, наверное, гению интересно.
So I guess it's just the temperature that's
Да, слышали.
high. We didn't. We did not copy Oleg, but I think that it is already cooling down.
Да, температура газа просто
Yes,
там есть такой критерий, что
gas
она пониже должна
temperature. Indeed, there is such a criterion, and it should be lower at this point, but we'll keep monitoring.
The International Space Station flying over Western Africa at an altitude of 261 statute miles. On the left side of your screen is the Northrop Grumman Cygnus cargo vehicle.
Ну, в принципе, по телеметрии
Overall,
In the middle is the Rosviet module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the station, and on the right is the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module,
enough for
atop which is the bulbous Prishal node module, and docked to it, the Soyuz MS-21 that transported Oleg Artemyev, Denis Matveyev, and Sergei Korsakov to the International Space Station about a month ago.
regulator. It should be in the central position in sector 3. Also, you can both activate automated thermal control system. All right, activating automated thermal control system. Mine is also on copy.
Ой, эх ты. Выскакивают откуда-то, из-под панелей.
They're coming out from underneath the panels.
Так.
Okay.
Миха, что сейчас вылетело?
Это резинка из-под панелей.
What just came out? It's a rubber seal that came out from underneath the panel, and I did see that.
Так, ну все, я... Все, адаптер ПРМ поближе.
So what about the adapter? PRM adapter is a bit closer now, and I secured it to make sure it doesn't float away.
Все, все. И все. Будем выходить. Все, будем выходить.
We'll start moving now. Yes, you can start translating now. It's beautiful out here.
Закрываю. Надо выключить.
Okay, I need to turn this off. We don't need it.
Так. Карабин постоянной длины у меня наружу.
The fixed length tether hook is outside.
И переменной тоже.
And adjustable is also outside, so both tethers are outside now.
А когда мы будем включать камеру там?
And when should we turn on the camera or something else? Well, since you're out now, you can go ahead and turn on the cameras. I got tangled up somehow. Okay, stand by.
Так, я большую камеру включила.
Right. The camera is on. Okay. But I can I can see it now. Maybe Oleg can check it out later. Do not turn on the camera yet. Do not turn on the cameras yet.
Олег, Денис.
Oleg,
Можно
Денис,
тепло-холод на БКПУ в 0.
You can put the temperature regulator handle to 0. For both of you, please put it to 0. EV2 is at 0. Copy. Now you're going to turn on the cameras. Activating the cameras now.
Так, поставил сублиматор в 0.
Okay. My sublimator is now at 0. In the heat exchanger handle. Copy.
Так.
Второго, 2 светодиода таймер горят.
EV2 confirms that 2 camera LEDs are illuminated.
Да.
Oleg, yes, go ahead. Big one is below, and the small one is audible. I just can't see it here. Are they illuminated? Yes, so both cameras are on. Is that correct? Yes, cameras for EV1 and EV2 are on. All right, so start securing the equipment, and please secure crew lock bags on your tethers. The oxygen flow rate is 80, inaudible. Gena, go ahead. Isn't there anything in the way or not? There's a short tether here. Okay, here it is. And you can also secure EMI on your short tether as well.
This view from a balcony camera in the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow. We are 23 minutes into today's spacewalk by Artemyev and Matveyev. Artemyev still passing equipment out of the Poisk airlock to Matveyev as they stage all of their equipment, including the enclosure box in which the European robotic arm spacewalk control panel is located. That is the focus of attention in the early portion of today's spacewalk, in which the two cosmonauts will attach and hook up that critical control panel to a base point, an operating point on the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module. They will use the Strela boom to make their way from the Poisk airlock all the way up to Naoka, which will be their workstation for the entire spacewalk today.
Tether with the large hook is installed, is secured on the suit tether, and then the other one is now secured on swing arm. Will it work? Yes. And Oleg, install the EMMI equipment tether on your tether. Yes, I can see it. It's right here. And also make sure that you check the adapter on the outside. Yes, I can see it now. And the wing nut is also tightened. And Oleg, inaudible, please monitor the EMMI position. Yes, I'm holding it.
And a view of Oleg Artemyev wearing the suit with the red stripes outside of the Poisk airlock at the early portion of his fourth spacewalk of his career. The two cosmonauts will soon make their way up that Strela that you see between them to the workstation, the work site on the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory Module that arrived at the International Space Station with the European robotic arm last July.
Tether hook is now secured on the fixed-length tether. Copy, and EV2 confirms the same config. Copy. Copy, Oleg. And Denise, are you holding it? Do you have it? Yes, I do. And if you're ready, please start moving towards the STU. So start moving towards the MLM on STU.
Сейчас пока Денис.
Денис, минуты через 3 начнет.
Oleg and Dennis, just heads up, we're coming up on an eclipse in about 2 to 3 minutes.
Да, у меня фал переменной длины.
Yes, and my adjustable length tether is secured on the ring. Copy.
Так, кольцо у нас.
And what about the ring? The ring is on the tether. Okay, that's good.
This is Mission Control Houston. As is often the case with the Russian spacewalk, the start time of today's spacewalk has been slightly adjusted. The official start time that we've just received from Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center, now 10 a.m. Central Time straight up. 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So we are coming up on the 29-minute mark in today's spacewalk.
For about 5 minutes or so. So just continue translation towards the MRM. Copy. Okay, move closer. And I'm just gonna hang here for now to make sure that it works for you.
Олег, Денис.
Oleg, Dennis. Go ahead, Moscow.
В тени можете включить.
While you're in eclipse, you have a go to turn on Orlan or U.S. lights for better illumination. Well, thank you, Moscow, for that.
The two cosmonauts about to turn on their helmet cameras and then begin to make their way up the Strela to the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory Module now that they've collected all of their equipment, including the European Robotic Arm Control Panel box that will be installed on a equipment point, a base point on the multipurpose laboratory module and hooked up electrically with data cables and electrical cables so that the Russian flight controllers can conduct a systems check and a health check of that new equipment. Again, the start time of today's spacewalk slightly adjusted. We are now officially marking the start time with hatch open at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern Time.
There you go. Where are you? I'm right here. Don't push it. Don't push it. Okay. I've got the French hook. Stand by. And I have it attached to the ring. Great. And let me give you my small short tether. Are you? You've got the EMMI? Yes. Hold it. Holding it. And I have you secured to the ring. Now we need to open up the ring. Well, let's not forget about the lights. I turn them on then, meanwhile. stand by. We need to take off this tether. And where do you want me? Leave it. Somewhere you have a place to secure it to. Oleg, this is Moscow. Dennis, Oleg. Have you opened up that ring? Yes. We have it. Free. And now we are rolling. Okay, so you're moving on to MLM. Please do not forget to secure your safety tether to the ring. Dennis, hold on. There you go. Dennis has the EMMI. And I am chugging along and moving. Now, we need to round it out. Hold on, don't move. Guys, be careful about the PHO. There is a target there, so please be aware. Dennis, stand by. I'm not seeing it. No rush. I'm standing.
Artemyev and Medvedev now making their way up the Strela boom, the 50-foot-long telescoping boom that is used as a translation path for cosmonauts conducting spacewalks out of the International Space Station's Russian segment. They will arrive at the work site on the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory Module shortly and will begin to set up all of their gear at that work site for the temporary stowage of the European robotic arm control panel box prior to its installation onto the surface of Naoka.
Wow. We're kind of far. Now, move up a little bit. Hold on. Why do I don't need to go all the way up? And that very top is pretty far away. Okay, guys, we've got the video back. When you get to the Strela, boom. And we see that you are almost at MLM. Yes, we're almost there. We're almost there, and we are receiving video from your cameras. Right, and we have the lights on.
And the first view from the helmet camera of Oleg Artemyev, who soon will become the commander of the International Space Station. The day prior to the Crew 3 undocking, he'll be taking over command of the station from NASA astronaut Tom Marshburn.
You need to unsecure the tether from the crew lock bag and secure it to the MLM handrail. Well, I'm thinking that first we need to kind of dock here. Right, of course. You need to stop till full stop and then secure the tether. Right. So I am secured with one tether to the MLM module. It's blinking here. We should probably secure it in some other way. Hold on. Hold the EMMI. Oleg, if you have the time available, let's think how we can secure it better. And now, please continue moving. We are on the same page. I'm not saying anything here. I'm just securing the crew lock bag a little bit better so that I can take the adjustable tether. Copy, Oleg. There. Dennis, I'm here. Hold this ring. Here. And we're securing it with to the handrail. Okay, let me hook it right here. Now we've got it all secure. And I'm thinking, should I leave it here or to the handrail over there, or should we stick to just one handrail? Well, just make sure that the ring doesn't slide. Okay, we have the ring secured. Perfect, Oleg. Okay, we got one less thing to worry about. And now we'll continue moving. All right, our legs are going to be in that direction. Understood. We are at handrail 4100. Okay, can you unhook my French hook? Thank you. A big thank you. Now, let me secure it a little bit further, and I'll come back to you. There we go. We see it, guys. Okay, it's a little bit tangled, like it got a little bit tangled up here. So I am switching the ring to over here. There. Let me move a little bit further. Now look, it's tangled to this little thingy here. There. And that's really convenient with 0G. Do you have the EMMI? Here's the EMMI. Slow. Okay, that's let me see. Okay, could you hold the EMMI for now? Got it. Thank you. Unintelligible. And we'll hook it right here. Hold. Okay, I'm holding it, and you start translating. So, Oleg, both of you are on MLM right now. Is that correct? No. I am currently handling the EMMI, and Dennis is switching to the handrails. And once he's there, he will be able to take over, and I will translate as well. Go ahead. And Oleg, please don't forget about the safety, and that you need to be secured. Okay. No. Hold the EMMI. Got it. Hold on. And let's move it a little bit further. And let's use this little handrail. Teeny. There. Okay, I got it. And let's switch the hook to here. Okay, so Oleg, you are on MLM and you are ready to translate. Yes, we're taking it slow and steady. I'm on 4103 and Dennis is 4101. That's where he's secured. Copy. You got the EMMI? I got it.
Денис, как твои ощущения?
Dennis, Oleg, how are you?
Денис, у тебя оба светильника работают?
Dennis, could you check that you have both lights on? Dennis, please check that you've got both lights on. All right, we only have one light for U.S. lights on. I only have the right one. And I have the Russian light, the Orlan lights on. Is it enough light for you, or do you want to take a break and make sure that all of the lights are working? Oleg, would you be able to assist Dennis? Of course I will be. No, don't worry. I'm fine. So, do you need more light, Dennis? I'm fine. Why do you...
This is Mission Control Houston, 45 minutes into today's spacewalk that began at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. The two cosmonauts, Oleg Artemyev and Denis Matveyev, are at the work site along the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory module that arrived at the International Space Station last July.
Fine with the lightning. Please continue.
Artemyev, currently at the top of your screen, is currently holding the European Robotic Arm control panel box that will be installed and tested today during the spacewalk. This is the 249th spacewalk in support of space station assembly and maintenance, as well as upgrades.
AC system, and the temperature is very, very comfortable and really good temperature controls. How for you, Dennis? We're glad. I'm going to 4107 and I'm monitoring the EMMI. Dennis is here. He is handing me the kit over and will continue to translate. Copy. Hold on. There is it's a little tricky here. Be careful, don't touch the antenna with your head. Okay, I am one more flight down, so to say, a section. All right, 4110. And we copy Oleg. And 4109. That's where I am. I am here next to BL 3, Aero Base Point 3. Oleg, be mindful how much you are spending the battery. I'm 4111 and 4112, and I'm monitoring the whole process. Okay, I got it. The EMMI. Now here, be careful. This path here is pretty challenging, so mind the tethers. How goes it? Not bad. Right there, this one. And we can just move there straight away.
This is Mission Control Houston, a good view up the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory Module.
Did you leave it to
Artemiev and the red stripes at the top of the two cosmonauts, Matveyev at the bottom.
There we go.
They're holding the European Robotic Arm Control Panel, and you can see
all right. Hold this.
Two of the base points, as they're called. This is where thermal covers are currently covering grapple fixtures to which the European robotic arm ultimately will be affixed to during the next spacewalk when it begins its first motion away from its stowed position on the multipurpose laboratory module.
Lightning.
At the very top of your screen is the Prishal node module that arrived at the International Space Station last November. And out of the field of view, but docked to Prishal, is the Soyuz MS-21 that transported Artemiev, Matveyev, and Sergei Korsakov to the station about a month ago.
Take it over from you. Dennis, while Oleg is translating, please check that you should have a BTL there and it needs to be secured. Yes, there is this like a bow tie that's securing it, so I can just untie it if need be. Copy. Okay. Let's deal with that later. Also, guys, be careful. Solar arrays. Yeah, we'll deal with the BTL later. Yeah, agreed. Now, I've got the EMMI 4114 and 4559, and we are at UFP payload interface 2. And we are almost at the pressurized adapter. And Dennis is translating, and I am monitoring the EMMI kit.
The reference that you're hearing through the interpreter to EMMI is the acronym that is attached to the European Robotic Arm Spacewalk Control Panel. They will soon be installing that on a tray adapter along a handrail on the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory Module as the two cosmonauts work in tandem, approaching the 1 hour mark into today's spacewalk.
Over the EMMI to him.
Я пошел.
There we go. Oh, and here are the thrusters. Pretty clean. Guys, try and not touch them. No contact with any of the thrusters. We'll do our best. But it's so tempting. Okay. Now, I'm at 4400, 4562, and 4562. And give me the EMMI. Hold on. Let me get it from you. Now, I've got it. And I'm translating. Sounds good. 4400, and it's going to be strut number 3. And the thrusters are so shiny and like so tempting to touch them. So we are near support 3. Okay, Dennis, turn your legs back, turn your feet back, and move over to me head first. Wow, that's beautiful. Dennis, be mindful of the thrusters. Oleg just told us that there is some lubricating oil on them. Okay, so Dennis is secured to 4561, and I'm on 4562 handrail, secured. Now, please take this Olympic torch from me. The EMMI. There we go. Slow and steady makes it. $45.64. 4401 is in no-go handrail. Yes, and just be careful. Mask is unintelligible. Okay. Oleg. All right, I'm at handrail 4401. Dennis, maybe it's best if you switch to S-beta. So ahead of Oleg. No, hold on, and don't let the EMMI go. And don't leave. Okay. Sergey, which tether do we leave? Do we leave the adjustable tetherette or just the red? You leave a safety tether on handrail 4401. So 2 locks that are securing the cover, the top of the cover. Okay. All right, let's turn it towards me. And where is the handrail? Okay, we're getting to the handrail. Here is the handrail. Hold it. Stop. Turn it in such a way that both locks of the top of the cover are towards PHO. Copy, Moscow. So let's switch to 4400 meanwhile. We will have time to orient it as you are telling us, but let's figure it out what we are doing with the tray adapter for now, like do what we need. Okay, you've got it? I got it. Hold it. Oleg, Dennis. So there is about 5 minutes left in the eclipse, and then you will be in the sunrise. Now hold it, and we need to switch the point where we are secured, where we have it secured. Okay. There. Okay, and now the tray adapter, and the tray adapter is secured. Okay. Oleg, you have it secured, right? Of course. We have the EMMI secured to 4401. And now we are looking for something to secure the... So you are ready to start working with the tray adapter? We are getting ready. Copy. We're getting ready to work with the tray adapter.
Coming up on the 1 hour mark in today's spacewalk, Artemyev and Matveyev about to install a tray adapter on a fixture outside of the multipurpose laboratory module, upon which the European robotic arm control panel will be installed, and electrical and data cables will be hooked up to that control panel for the initial testing of its operability by Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center.
Так, адаптер поддона с поручня снят.
So the adapter, tray adapter is removed from the handrail. Copy, Oleg.
И устанавливая его на поручень 4401.
Please install it on the handrail. 4401.
То есть у тебя фау должен быть между кронштейном поручня.
And the equipment tether should be between the adapter and the bracket. So what about the wing nut? What direction it should be oriented? You know, it is actually at your discretion, Oleg, so that it is convenient for you to work with it, with this wing nut. Okay?
Олег, снимать будете вы в 54-м. Вот, и шарик должен смотреть на тебя.
You will remove it, and all the pin should be directed at you. Okay.
Олег, причем трещоткой его нужно
and should I use the ratchet wrench here? Yes, you should tighten it. A few rotations with the ratchet wrench.
Я понял.
I copy.
Сейчас даю ключ трещотку.
So I am retrieving the ratchet wrench.
Денис, а ты пока попробуй.
Dennis, and in the meantime.
Нет, все хорошо, Денис. Мы сначала.
No, you don't have to do anything, Dennis. Disregard.
выхода из тени у нас осталась минута.
Okay, just 1 minute before the sunrise, so I am removing the rated range. It is removed. Copy, Oleg.
Олег, и не забудь забрать РЭД, который страховал адаптер поддона к...
Oleg, don't forget to retrieve also the red tether that used to secure the tray adapter.
Just over an hour into today's spacewalk, Oleg Artemyev and Denis Matveyev. Artemyev on the bottom of the two cosmonauts in this view. Matveyev just above him as they work to install a adapter tray upon which the European Robotic Arm Control Panel will be installed as the first major task of today's spacewalk, the first of several, perhaps up to a half a dozen or more, that will activate and operate the European robotic arm in the first phase of its activity to augment the Canadarm2 robotic arm and the Japanese robotic arm that operate on the U.S. segment of the International Space Station. This European robotic arm was launched on the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory Module. The next spacewalk, 10 days from now on April 28th, will see these two cosmonauts releasing a number of launch locks and launch restraints and begin the process of monitoring the arm's first tentative steps away from its launch and stowed position to other base points upon which it will grapple on either end of two grapple fixtures. Basically the same concept as the Canadarm2 robotic arm with two end effectors that can grapple various grapple points along the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory Module to provide additional robotic capability to move people and payloads around the Russian segment of the complex. The station is about to enter an orbital sunrise over the Pacific Ocean, moving from southwest to northeast. The two spacewalkers, after a slight delay in getting out of the Poisk airlock, are right on the timeline of their activities from that point on.
That is pulling me here. Just a minute. Unintelligible.
Так, зафиксирован.
It is secured with a magnetic lock.
Вот так. Ну что?
Good.
Теперь надо подключать.
Now we will connect it.
Давай.
Now, Oleg, you will have to move to SBT, a launch base point area, and unfold MLI, and then work with the connectors there. Okay, I guess we don't need the lights here. The light is off, OFF. Okay, I'm moving away to give you space, Dennis. Yes, just like that. Will you be able to squeeze in, Dennis? Please be careful with your feet so that don't break the panel. Stand by. So my kit is in the way here. That's it. That's it. Now go ahead. There you go. Excellent.
Отлично, Олег, посмотри, имеет ли смысл выбрать следовую фаус по тягам?
Oleg, so please check whether the adjustable tether should be used here. Stand by 1, I will check. Adjustable tether.
Чтобы он не крутился, да?
So that it does not move about. Yes, that's correct. And the hook is secured to the handrail 4401. Maybe it will be best to secure it to a different handrail. So we will take it with us, correct? Or we will leave it there?
Оставите, мы когда в 54-м выходе сюда придем, у нас уже все будет для этого готово, чтобы мы пульс смогли переместить.
No, you will leave it there. Actually, both tethers should be left there. Pursuing the EVA number 54, we will need those in order to move the panel. But it will be later on, much later. All right. So I am leaving these tethers in place.
В разъем Х2, но при этом сначала их нужно освободить. То есть они сейчас находятся
So you will connect the connector H2, but first of all you will have to release them, and there is a locking wire there that you will have to cut, because they are right now beneath the MLI cover. Unintelligible. Dennis, you will have to translate to S-beta launch base point area. Dennis, you are too far away. You are too far up. You will have to move. Okay. I am giving you. I'm moving in order to give you more space, Dennis. And I am unfolding the cable. Dennis, so this MLI flap should be moved upwards, and so that you can see the H2 connectors there.
One hour, 10 minutes into today's spacewalk, Matveyev and Artemyev working at what is called the launch base point, where the European robotic arm was stowed during its launch, affixed to the Naoka multi-purpose laboratory module when it took off on a Proton M rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan last July. They're in the process of opening up thermal covers and the cover to the European robotic arm control panel box, so that they can begin to hook up the first of several connectors that will provide electrical and data capability to the box for commanding from the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Korolyov. The commanding capability also is routed so that cosmonauts working inside the Russian segment of the station can maneuver that arm around once its outfitting is completed over the course of several spacewalks.
Unintelligible. So there are some two marks, yes, but also there should be a number 2. Please look at the other side. And on the opposite side, there is the barcode.
And the view you're seeing of Artemyev and Matveyev working on the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module is from a camcorder set up inside the Zvezda service module by cosmonaut Sergei Korsakov, who is acting as an intravehicular crew member supporting the spacewalk from inside the Russian segment of the station.
Yes, now I can see number 2. Copy, Dennis. Now please get from Oleg the connector 510 and then mate it to the connector H2. Yes, I'm standing by for Oleg to give me this part of the cable. So just one wire, lock wire is left. I'm working with it. Copy, Oleg. So the cable is untied now. Copy. Oleg, a reminder. You are in the area of these thrusters, and please, under no circumstances, touch these thrusters. Dennis, hold it. Don't pull it. Please now show me where are you going to connect it. Yes. Yeah, you will have to do it in such a way that it is routed properly and connected well. Maybe it should be rotated a little bit, moved around. Now I am holding it. Yes, that's great. That's exactly. Okay, sorry. I took it from you again. Now, you saw a wire tie here. Before you connect the cable, please make sure that all the markings are proper. Yes, the big contact is opposite the PIP pin. Well, Dennis, that's exactly the configuration that we need. All right, Dennis, it's a go to mate the connectors. Oleg, in the meantime, you can start opening the MLI. You know, I think I should secure this wire tie beforehand so that cable does not move around a lot. Yes. You can do that, and after you are done with that, you can start opening the outer cover. So I secured it with the hook. Yes, Dennis, you're doing everything correctly. I'm opening the outer cover. Unintelligible.
1 hour, 15 minutes into the spacewalk by Artemyev and Matveyev. Artemyev at the bottom, Matveyev at the top, as they are in the process of now opening the suitcase-like EMMI, that's the acronym for the European Robotic Arm Spacewalk Control Panel box that will be mounted on a tray adapter. They're in the process of installing on the outside of the NAOCA multipurpose laboratory module.
Please make sure that
they'll be hooking up a number of connectors for both electrical and data capability that will be tested during the course of today's spacewalk with some preliminary commanding that will be provided by the Russian flight control team outside of Korolyov. At the very top of your screen is the Prashal node module, the 6 docking port bulbous module that arrived at the station and docked to NAOCA last November, and upon which the Soyuz MS-21 spacecraft is currently docked. In just a few minutes, the media channel of NASA television, we're currently simulcasting on both the public and the media channel of NASA TV. The media channel is going to go down to the Kennedy Space Center in Florida for today's arrival of the Crew 4 astronauts, Kjell Lindgren, Bob Hines, Jessica Watkins, and Samantha Cristoforetti.
powering it.
Who left Ellington Field outside of the Johnson Space Center here in Houston this morning and are approaching the landing strip at the Kennedy Space Center, where they will continue their quarantine before their scheduled launch this coming Saturday on their Crew Dragon Freedom to the International Space Station on the start of their own 6-month mission. Once the arrival activities down at KSC are complete, the media channel will rejoin us on the public channel for simulcasting of the rest of today's spacewalk.
Alex, standby 1. So Dennis, did you manage to reload the camera? Yes, the LED is on. Are you receiving the image from my camera? Yes, we are. Dennis. Dennis, you can now move to the plane 1 for the removal of the protective covers. Now, 45, 62, 51 handrails. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so please confirm that the panel is on, it is operating, it is on. I confirm that green LED is on, the power is also green, and the parameters, MMI 1, English status. Now, menu, start, config, stop, copy, Alec. Standby 1. Once we receive the confirmation, we will give you a go to work with the covers. Sergey, what about the time? How are we on the time of the EDA? Everything is good. You are following the cyclogram almost exactly to the minute. All right. Thank you. Now I will translate here. This is Dennis. Copy. Standby 1.
Олег, добро получено. Начинаем работать с Эми. Производим загрузку Эми на внутреннюю шину.
Олег, so start loading MMI to the internal bus. Okay, internal bus. So I am working on the cue card that is on the left, correct?
This is Mission Control Houston, 1 hour, 20 minutes into the spacewalk. Good news being reported out of the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov that the newly installed European robotic arm control panel box is receiving power through the connecting of a series of cables, both electrical and data cables. Further testing to be conducted throughout the course of the spacewalk as you watch Denis Matveyev on the right, Oleg Artemyev on the left, as they are continuing to hook up various pieces of equipment to that control box that will, as the name implies, control the operation and movement of the European robotic arm from one location to another along the Russian segment of the International Space Station.
Олег, когда будешь работать на внешнем пульте, каждый тумблер проговаривает.
Олег, when you start working with the external panel, so every movement should be reported, every move, every message that you receive. Copy, I understand. So, MMI initialization on the internal bus cue card. Yes, and I am starting working the steps. Step number 1. So this auto menu, MMI configuration. Copy, Alex. So I'm pressing the stop button according to step number 2. Is it a go? Yes, we give you a go. You can press the button. And hold it down for 2 seconds. Okay, hold it down for 2 seconds. Now I have.
And with power now flowing into the European Robotic Arm Control Panel, the 2 cosmonauts are in the process of performing a health check on the unit, basically a self-diagnostic test.
Yes, that's correct. Number of the step is 4, Alex. Copy. So now I'm at step 5 on the display. I can see menu of the configuration 1553 bus, and I'm selecting start. Copy, Alex. Everything is correct. I pressed start button. On the menu display, I can see ID selection option, and I am selecting ID 1, and I'm pressing the button, and I'm standing by for checkups. Not more than 1 minute. Yes, that's right. So checkout is progressing, and I can see the displays. They all are illuminated.
Денис, ты правильно идешь?
Okay, Dennis, please give your report. Unintelligible 14, the last 2 digits of the handrail. I am going down. So this is Oleg. The checkups of the display is continuing. Copy, Oleg. So MMI 1 English is selected. I can see it on display. Copy, Oleg. Thank you. Now there is a suggestion to press start button. Yes, we give you a go, Oleg. You can press start. The button start is pressed. I have pressed the button start, and now it tells me to press stop button. Copy, Oleg. It's a go to press stop button. In work. So it is done. Now the suggestion is to press emergency button. Yes, you have a go. I am pressing emergency button. It is done. Now it suggests that I do release emergency. Yes, that's correct. So I am moving the switch and the displays are not illuminated anymore. And I can see the display with the coordinates. And so I have the coordinates lines here, and the LED is on. And now MMI and internal bus, everything is illuminated. Well done, Oleg. So the loading of the MMI on the internal bus is complete. Oleg, well done. Now you will. We will stand by for the next confirmation, and you can have a rest, Oleg. And Oleg, a reminder: the emergency switch should not be touched or pressed. You mean I can do it on your go, but I cannot do it in the meantime, correct?
Нет, его нужно только в случае нештатной ситуации.
You know, it can be pressed only during the emergency. It should not be pressed in any other situation. Oh, copy that.
Мы наблюдаем, что ты дошел до BTL-3.
Denise, we can see that you are on BTL-3. Yes, now please secure the cover. Copy.
А подскажи вот эту крышку снятую.
And this removed cover from H2 connector, Sergey, where should I put it? Into the bag?
Денис,
Dennis,
зафиксируй ее на
secure it
на каком-нибудь свободный карабин.
to some available hook in the cap keeper. Okay, will do.
Как, Денис, там получается?
So, Denise, how are you doing? So, please go ahead on space to ground 1. Sergey, we ask you to answer on space to ground 1. You know, they are looking for Sergey, maybe somewhere doing in the mess room or in the kitchen.
Олег, ты можешь пока поснимать пульт, обстановку.
Okay, you can, in the meantime, you can take pictures of the panel. We are flying over Canada. This is Oleg.
Canada.
This is Canada below. So you mean to take pictures? You mean to activate the camera, Sergey? Yes, that's correct. If you know you want, you can do it. Well, I'm working only on your go and your command. Yes, Oleg. We give you a go also to take pictures of the cable, and also we would like to see how the external panel is installed, the installation configuration. All right.
Денис, подскажи, чехол, он был затянут на... все, наблюдаю.
Dennis, okay, never mind, I can see it now.
В общем, он был завязан на бантик, а под бантиком узел.
Well, it was
Ты этот узел срезал, правильно?
tightened in a knot, and did you cut it off? Yes.
Отлично. Теперь смотри, как тебе удобнее. Или на Keep Keeper.
And now
в трэшбэк.
You can do what works best for you. You can either use the cap keeper or you can store in the trash bag.
Погода хорошая сегодня.
The weather is so nice today.
Денис, я тебя снимаю.
Dennis, I'm filming you.
Так, эту с БТЛ-3 снял.
Okay, this is Denise. I have removed it from the SBT launch this point. Okay. Move to the second point, and you please remove 2 covers there.
Так, и разъем тоже заснять, да?
Should I film the connector as well?
Да, Олег, засними.
Yes, Oleg, please go ahead and do that too.
Это чехол открою.
So let me open up the cover then.
Ага.
There it goes.
Вернусь этот, забыл пофотать.
Okay, let me go back there. I forgot to take pictures of the connector. Well, actually, I'm doing that already. Okay, so I'm going to proceed with the second one then.
Хорошо пристыковал прям.
Okay, it is very well connected.
А вот эти чехлы надо будет снимать тогда.
And we're going to have to remove these covers at some point, right?
Олег, это мы сделаем на следующем выходе, все эти чехлы.
Yes, Oleg, we're going to remove these covers during the next EVA.
Подвязок-то особо нету, да?
Well, I see that there are no ties or anything else here.
Ну, хорошо, открою.
Okay, yes, we'll be able to open it up easily.
Хорошо, Олег.
All right, Oleg.
Так, ну что, будем экономить батарейку.
So I guess we're going to save battery power. Yes, you can go ahead and turn it off. 22:23.
Выключил, проконтролировал, что выключил.
It is off, and also I checked that it got turned off. Copy all?
Так.
This is Mission Control Houston, an hour and 33 minutes and change into today's spacewalk by Artemyev and Matveyev. They are right on the timeline, in fact, slightly ahead of the timeline, even though they began the spacewalk a few minutes behind schedule. They have already connected the European Robotic Arm Control Panel box to a tray adapter on the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory Module. It is receiving power. They are in the process of checking out self-diagnostic health messages and are beginning the process of removing some protective covers from the area and the launch base points upon which the European robotic arm was affixed during its launch on Naoka back in July of last year.
Давай сначала нож уберем в тулкеде, потому что...
Go ahead and stow the cutter in the toolkit. We aren't going to need it during this operation here. We're going to need it at the next point. Okay, copy that.
Посмотри, может быть, имеет смысл сразу...
Денис, would it make sense to... Yes, go ahead.
Застраховать за чехол.
Maybe it would make sense to drop the small hook on the capkeeper case. Yes, I guess that would work. Otherwise, it's just not that convenient here. And did you have a question about the hatch?
В 15:01.
The time of hatch opening was 15:01. So we've been outside 1.5 hours. Yes, and to be exact, it's been 1 hour and 35 minutes outside.
Денис, теперь нужно сделать фотографирование.
All right, Denise. And now please proceed with taking photographs. It's in work.
Олег, тебе еще минут 5 отдыхать.
Oleg, and you can rest for about 5 minutes now.
Может, Денису помочь?
Should I help Denise?
Нет, Олег, буквально еще немного, и мы начнем с тобой работать.
No, Oleg, please stand by for now, and we will start your activities soon. And Denise, as soon as you're done with taking photographs, so maybe it would make sense for you to rest as well. Well, yes, I guess I could take 5.
Давайте тогда сейчас
All right.
дождемся квитанции от Сергея.
So let's wait for Sergey's confirmation, and once he hands it over to Oleg, when he hands the control over to Oleg, we will proceed. Hope you all.
Вон наш корабль. Денис, смотри.
Denise, take a look. This is our Soyuz. Let me look around. Oh, yeah, I can see it now.
Посмотри, как раз ты сейчас держишься за тот поручень,
Denise, you're holding onto the rail that you will use for translation to the parallel handrail near the base point 2. So just take a look around now to make sure that you know in what direction you will be translating. Yes, I can see it from here. They are across from me. Yes, that is correct. They're in front of you. Okay, let me...
The view from a variety of different cameras of today's spacewalk that is now 1 hour 38 minutes in duration, as Oleg Artemyev and Denis Medvedev have made quick work of the installation and initial checkout of the European robotic arm control panel. This is the control panel through which commands will be sent to operate the arm, either from the Russian Mission Control Center or from the cosmonauts from a workstation inside the Russian segment of the station. Artemyev on the left, Medvedev on the right, and at the top of your screen, the Prashal node module to which the Soyuz MS-21 vehicle is attached that brought Artemyev, Medvedev, and Sergei Korsakov to the station a month ago.
Okay. It's just the fact that the sun is shining right on the card and really not let me see anything, but I guess I'm going to wait for it to go away. Oleg, please repeat your last. What I'm saying is that the sun is shining right on the cue card, and the filter is not sufficient.
Well, we follow the activities by the two cosmonauts in today's spacewalk, the 249th, in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades on the NASA TV media channel. The crew 4 astronauts, Kjell Lindgren, Bob Hines, Jessica Watkins, and Samantha Cristoforetti have arrived at the Kennedy Space Center for final pre-launch preparations. You can follow that activity on the NASA TV media channel.
You can start the exact same actions that you just did, and then we will be also working with Oleg at that point. Denise, did you copy? Yes, copy all. This is Denise. Oleg, make sure that the external control unit is in the manual mode. Yes, I confirm that it is in manual mode. Manual mode, excellent copy. And
Russian flight controllers instructing the two cosmonauts to configure that robotic arm control box into what is called the manual mode so it can transfer to an automated sequence from Korolyov, part of the diagnostic testing of the control box and its functionality. Meanwhile, the International Space Station is flying from northwest to southeast, approaching the coast of Africa over Senegal.
Yes, I'm ready to start the activity with the control unit now. Okay, copy. Okay, Oleg, we'll put it in work now. Please confirm again that the unit is in manual mode. It is in manual mode. LED for manual mode is illuminated. Copy. Switching to the second one, the switch is in operating position, and Standby. Copy.
Так, замигал светодиод.
The LED is blinking, and I'm now waiting for the standby mode and inaudible. And did you get the message? Yes, I just got the message. Message inaudible. Copy. I pressed on start, and the LED is now illuminated solid. And also, Denise, be careful with the cutter cord. Okay. Oleg, go ahead, please.
Это шестой шаг. Теперь седьмой. После 1 минуты на дисплее режим...
Now number 7. I should get the SB OPGR message after 1 minute from when I first got the message on the display. Yes, we're standing by for that. I see the message about the ERA mode, RP OPGR. And also I see operation, standby. Standby, well, let's see. And Dennis, please assess if it would make sense now to stow the crew log bag, the covers in the crew log bag. Yes, I confirm that the LED is illuminated, the standby LED, and switching to step 9 in the table. Inaudible. I should see the messages in the middle window, but they're not. Oleg, please repeat your last. What are you seeing? In step 9, 5, 10 should be in the middle window. And now it says step 4, 10. Yes, it should be 4, 10. Okay, so is there an error then? We updated it prior to the EVA. Okay, so I will press on the right, and it just switched to the left window. The selected task should be in the left field. So this is done. Step 11 is done. Switching to 12. Okay. The LED is blinking. Pressing on start. Copy. Go ahead and press start. I was holding it for 2 seconds, and the LEDs are solid, and I will press it then. Let's see what happens next. I see that the task is in progress. Task 4 is complete now. And I see the following on the display: C5 in the middle window, and the cue card says T619. And I will proceed with step 15. Scroll to the right, selecting the command. Task 5 is selected.
Перешло в левое поле.
It has switched to the left field. I think your phone was close to the emergency switch. Okay, copy that.
Моргает светодиод.
LED is blinking near the start button, sending the start command to execute task 5. Is that correct? Can you confirm? Yes, go ahead and press on start.
At the 1 hour 48-minute mark into the flight, as the International Space Station crosses the west coast of Africa, a great view of the Earth from the helmet cam of one of the two cosmonauts, Artemyev and Matveyev, working in tandem outside of the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module, conducting a series of diagnostic tests on the newly installed European robotic arm spacewalk control panel.
Oh, all right, then you just stow it for now with the cap keeper, and then Oleg will help you to put it in the bag. Okay, and you can go on. Oleg, go ahead now. Task 5 is now complete. I can now select task 6. Copy. And I am selecting the commands on the right. That's correct.
Есть выбор шестой задачи.
Task 6 is selected, and I should now press start.
По 22-му шагу.
This is step 22.
Уже 23.
Actually 23 already. Go ahead and press start. All right, it's done.
Так, и сейчас посмотрим, что получится.
Okay. Well, let's see what we get now.
The two cosmonauts are in the process of pushing a series of buttons on that control panel that you see here in the field of view. That essentially is a health check of various commands that will be given in the future by either the cosmonauts from a control panel inside the Russian segment of the station or by Russian flight controllers at Korolyov as they operate the robotic arm for a variety of tasks to move payloads and people around on the outside of the multipurpose laboratory module.
Denis, you can also take 5. I will start translating slowly now. Well, Denis, if you feel tired, you should pause and rest. Denis, how is it going? I am now at base point 4, and now I will start taking photographs. Well, I can't see you, Denis. Denis, inaudible? Near the MLM. Okay, copy. Denis, do you have it in your hands? Yes. So, What about the kit with the covers? Is it in the way? No, not really, if I move it slightly. I think you should push it away from yourself while translating. Okay, Dennis. So, to make sure it works better for you, try removing the small cap first. Well, it doesn't really make much difference. Anyways, proceed per your discretion, whatever works best for you, but make sure you take pauses to rest. Denise, just a reminder of please make sure you're monitoring the cutter. Make sure that it is inside its case while you're translating. Okay, copy all.
One hour, 54 minutes into the spacewalk. The reports continue to come in from the Russian Mission Control Center, and they're all good with the diagnostic tests all so far having been completed successfully in testing out the health and responsiveness of the newly installed European robotic arm control panel box.
Denise, once you're done cutting, please stow the cutter away in its case. Well, it's not that easy to cut it with it. It's sort of blunt. Well, we're going to sharpen when we get back. Denise, just make sure that you're careful with it. Just go ahead and put it in its case right away. Okay. Oleg, get ready to start sending the commands. Copy.
Готовлюсь.
Getting ready. Moscow is inaudible.
Так, у нас Коушен горит.
Caution is illuminated. Do not press anything for now. Stand by for the command. Okay. And Dennis, what we have left to do is just remove the cover and from the grapple fixture. Yes, correct.
We're about to hit the 2-hour mark in today's spacewalk. Denis Matveyev is removing protective covers from a variety of payload interfaces on the outside of the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module. The European robotic arm, once it's fully operational,
yes,
which will unfold over the course of the next several spacewalks by these two cosmonauts,
4555 and
will move various payloads to and from their deployment points on the Russian segment of the International Space Station over to these payload interfaces to affix them to the outside of Naoka so that they can gather data.
To continue with the EMMI starts using the internal bus. The moment you are ready, please let us know.
Так, все, готов.
I am ready.
Работать по третьей карте.
And I'm working per card 3. Dennis, please make sure that your hacker camera is in correct position and is on. The little one, yes. All right, send the reset and EMMI initialization or start using the internal bus.
Так, сейчас смотрим.
Okay. And I'm manual? No. We would like to be in the